Twins and Astros here in Houston after a dramatic win last night allowed the Twins to even up the series. Both of these teams are keeping one eye on the Texas Rangers, who have surged to come within 2 games of the Astros in the AL West, while remaining a game and a half above the Twins in the wild card race. So every game important with just 4 weeks remaining on the regular season. Happy Sunday and welcome inside Minute Maid Park. I'm Jamie Hirsch. Today the Twins will send Tyler Duffey to the mound in what will be a very extra special start for the Houston native, coming home to face the team that he grew up cheering for. His childhood home is just a few miles away from Minute Maid Park, and he spent Friday night there reconnecting with family and friends. Now, he has pitched here a few times, both in high school and for Rice University, and I talked to him about the significance of pitching here at home.
It's pretty exciting. I mean, it's, I've got a really good group of family, close friends. I grew up here, never really left until I got drafted. So, I mean, I've had, friends since I was in kindergarten that'll be here tomorrow. I mean, friends from high school that I've, known forever. I mean, it's going to be a really good group. I mean, it's definitely feels good to have something like that behind you.
His manager, Paul Mulder, said that the biggest thing for him is just going to be able to separate the idea that all these people are here to watch him and go out there and pitch his game. Tyler Duffey will have to be sharp if he's going to give the Twins a chance to win this ball game. They're going up against a guy who could very well win the Cy Young this year for the American League. Dick and Jack with a closer look at Dallas Keuchel after this break.
Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Last weekend in Minnesota, the Twins took 2 out of 3 from the Astros. Today, they'll try to do it at Minute Maid Park, and it'll be another tough draw for Tyler Duffey. For his 3rd straight start, he's drawn another ace. And good Sunday afternoon to you from Minute Maid Park. Dick Bramer, Jack Morris with you for the series finale. The Astros playing a very good baseball, of course, and they've got some very good starting pitching. And Dallas Keuchel might be the eventual Cy Young Award winner.
Well, he is the ace of this staff, and no question about it. Right now, the forerunner to win the Cy Young Award. You see the numbers for him this year. He's first in wins. He's first in whip. He's up there in strikeouts. ERA, he's first. I mean, he does everything. He won a Gold Glove last year, and he's got the most assists by a pitcher so far this year. So he's really, really good. And at home, this is where he shines. 12-0 at home with a 1.35 ERA. Only has allowed one home run. Hopefully the Twins can do something about that today. They're going to have to battle at the plate and just grind out their at-bats.
One of the reasons this is such a fascinating matchup is because these two teams are very good and they're very young. Some of the best young talent in baseball. And last night, Byron Buxton had an awfully good ball game at the plate and in the field.
Well, he did, and it looked like he was a little more relaxed up there. Paul Molitor said that he's been kind of almost happy to make contact in some of his games, but last night he was tracking the ball a little bit. He got that single that he just legged out a double, did not hesitate around first base, and he was able to go track a couple balls in the outfield. Great instincts there off Altuve, and then the final at-bat, Altuve hits a line drive that he had a charge, ends up rolling over, but that was the end of the game, and the Twins won it because of great plays like that in the outfield.
Should be fun to watch. It's also Star Wars Day here. We've got a sequel for you, the Twins and the Astros, two teams that might be headed to the playoffs.
He's not from anyone's coaching tree. He manages out on his own limb. Less fire and brimstone, more tactic and detail. No managing profile. A legend as a player, a rookie as a manager.
They're gaining confidence. I think everyone in the lineup realizes that they have a job to do, and that's just how we play the game.
What is under that hat? Eyes that see every baseball nuance. watching his team transform from pretender to contender. Paul knows. Paul sees. Paul says.
The Twins win it! And last night's win, a nail-biting win, one of the better wins of the year for Paul Molitor in his rookie season, and significantly, I think, the 70th win of the year. That equaled the entire total of the 2014 season for the Twins, and 7-3 in the last 10 road games. Of course, had the great series in Baltimore, a 4-game sweep. And they've won 6 of the last 7 series coming into this series and have a chance to win this one as well. Menard's batting order for the Twins. We'll try to get something done against maybe the best pitcher in the league. Aaron Hicks leading off. Brian Dozier second. Joe Mauer, Miguel Sano, Trevor Plouffe, Torrey Hunter, Eduardo Escobar, Kurt Suzuki, and Byron Buxton.
Twins will be facing one of the best in the game right now, Dallas Keuchel. He's making his 28th start of the year. I don't know, there's so many good things you can say about him, but I guess the best is that he's undefeated here at home. He's gone 12-0 with a 1.35 ERA. He's the first pitcher in Astros history to win a Gold Glove award, and he won his last outing, his 16th win of the season against Seattle right here at home, where he wins 7 innings.
Astros out in the field. Marwin Gonzalez getting left field today. Carlos Gomez in center. Colby Rasmus in right. George Springer getting the day off. Lowry, Correa, Altuve, and Valbuena, with Conger behind the plate for the 3rd game in a row. And Dallas Keuchel, the American League Pitcher of the Month in April, May, and August. The first pitcher to win that award 3 times in 1 year since Jake Peavy did it 8 years ago. Here's Hicks to lead things off. And down and away, ball 1. We've talked about Hicks's improvement principally from the left side, but his numbers as a right-handed batter have always been at least acceptable. And here's a ball lifted to right, lazily toward Rasmus. 1 down. And that'll bring up Dozier.
Like all great pitchers, if you're going to get to them, you usually have to get to them early. We talked about how Keuchel has gone deep into so many games for the Astros. He's gone at least 6 innings in 38 consecutive outings, and that's also a club record. So they need to get to him early if they can.
All fouled back just beneath us. 1 strike. As they have the king in his court in Seattle for Felix Hernandez. They've got Keuchel's corner sitting down the left field line here at Minute Maid Park. 1 strike to Dozier. Snap bat. That awful, disgusting sound. Correa with the catch. 2 down. When you don't lose at home, you're going to have things like this evolve. Fans wearing the orange, the fake beards. At least I'm assuming they're fake.
Especially if they're on
that
ladies.
Better be fake. Down on the lower right there. 2 down, and now Joe Mauer. It'll be interesting to watch over the course of Keuchel's day here today how many Twins batters, look at his record at home, it's a 13 game, 13 straight wins at home going back to last year. It'll be interesting to see how many Twins hitters hit the ball to the opposite field as Hicks did. Paul Molitor said that's one of the key things to have any success at all against Keuchel. Don't try to pull the ball. Generally not an issue for Mauer. And it's 0-2.
Well, we saw last night Miguel Sano trying to pull everything here, and it's so tempting for right-handed hitters with the short porch down the left field line. And I think that's what Paul was referring to. Don't let the ballpark dictate how you swing.
Down and in a ball. Joe Mauer is a stormtrooper. It's a big deal here today. Star Wars Day. 1-2. And now 2-2. have gotten the ball airborne twice in the first inning here against Keuchel. He's a ground ball pitcher. Breaking ball, strikes out Mauer, and Keuchel enjoys a 1-2-3 first. Duffy. Curveball got him. What an inning for Tyler Duffy. Got him with a breaking ball in the dirt. Tyler Duffy went to high school about 20 minutes from Minute Maid Park. He went to college about 10 minutes from Minute Maid Park. And now a homecoming for Duffy here as he makes his first professional start. His family is here. His extended family is here. Friends, as you might imagine, here as well. And I suppose that on some levels he's more nervous today than he was when he made his major league debut in Toronto.
I think that's human instinct to pitch in front of family and friends for the first time. Of course, his father was in attendance in Toronto in his first start.
Here's Jose Altuve. First pitch up and in, ball one. Altuve, Lowry, and Correa here in the Houston first.
He's going to have to pitch against one of the smallest strike zones in the game here to start this game with Altuve.
And a one-hopper. Nice pickup by Plouffe, reaching to his left, one down. And that should help the Butterflies settle just a little bit. Northland Ford, the Menards batting order for the Houston Astros. Altuve leading off. Jed Lowry batting second, then Carlos Correa, Evan Gattis, Colby Rasmus, Carlos Gomez, Marwin Gonzalez, Luis Valbuena, and then the catcher Hank Conger. Lowry, who hit the 9th inning home run against Kevin Jepson last night. That got everybody, if you weren't on the edge of your seat after the Lowry home run, you were probably there by the final out of the ball game. Twins with a dramatic win last night. Oh, hooked foul, hit well, but it's just a long strike, 0-2.
Yeah, it was quite a finish to the game last night. The Astros showed why they have been so competitive here this year. Not ever saying die. They're a great ball club with outstanding pitching, and the Twins are able to get a couple runs off their closer last night to win the game.
And a quick strikeout of Lowry on 3 pitches, 2 down.
This ball club strikes out a lot. We talked about that, and Duffy gets his first strikeout in the first 2 hitters.
Now the Northland Ford defense for the Twins. Hicks, Buxton, and Hunter in the outfield. Rosario on the bench to start the game. Plouffe, Escobar, Dozier, Mauer, the infielders. Suzuki behind the plate. 2 down, and now Carlos Correa. Duffy grew up a big Houston fan, as you might expect, following the Killer Bees, Bagwell, Biggio.
Yeah, he pitched in this particular ballpark as a high school player. He did it at Rice University as a college player, but this is his first one as a professional.
Snaps up breaking ball, but missed. 2-0.
See there, he went to some baseball camps here at the Astrodome.
It's high school, Bel Air High School, a Houston suburb. Fouled back 2-1. Duffy, in addition to everything else, hoping to forget about his last start when it looked like he was locked in. 4 2/3 innings. White Sox seemed baffled, confused, overmatched, and then it all fell apart.
Yeah, he retired the first 9 hitters in his last start against the Sox.
2-2.
And then just ran into control problems with a couple outs in the 5th inning. A chance to get out of that inning and maybe have the bullpen do their job and come out with a win, but he could not get through that inning. He walked 3 guys, and I don't know if that's going to happen against this ball club. They swing. They don't walk very often.
2-2. Got him with the breaking ball. What an impressive first inning for Tyler Duffy. A quick first, including a couple of strikeouts. In Minnesota, having to deal finally with the Astro ace, Dallas Keuchel. 38 starts in a row where he's gone at least 6 innings, so you wouldn't expect the Twins to deliver an early knockout punch here. Keuchel will face Sano, Plouffe, and Hunter in the second. Sano, the designated hitter again. Big swing and a miss. Sano saying his hamstring is feeling just a little bit better each day. Off the plate, 1-1.
Miguel had a little bit of a tough night last night. He struck out 3 out of 4 times, and it looks like the Astros now are going to start pitching him away. Although with Keuchel's breaking ball, he can throw it on either side of the plate. But he was trying to pull, a little pull happy last night. And of course, Kenny Vargas got into a little bit of that problem a year ago. So you wonder if Miguel's going to be able to adjust to that.
Swing and a miss on 4 pitches. Sano strikes out. 12-0 this year, 13-0 at home in his last 13 decisions. And if any of this sounds a bit familiar to Twins fans, here's why. Keuchel, a left-hander, might win the Cy Young Award this year. Frank Viola in 1988 won the Cy Young Award with an even more impressive streak that began back in 1987. Oddly enough, Jack Morris in late May of 1987 beat Jack Morris at the beat Frank Viola at the Metrodome, and then Viola went 24 starts and went 19-0 at the Metrodome. And we can all still see, I think, that banner hanging down the right field line. Frankie Sweet Music Viola, and he would go to Vessio's for lunch before all of his starts. He had a really good thing going at the Metrodome, and Keuchel trying to do something like that is here in Houston.
Well, Frankie had one of the best changeups of our era. Keuchel, of course, he's got all the pitches.
2-1. And now a strike. And the Viola streak did not include the 2 World Series wins that he had at the Metrodome. Those were numbers, just regular season numbers, chopped toward first.
Another accolade for Keuchel this year. He started the All-Star game for the American League in Cincinnati.
27 years old, and it really clicked for him when he turned 26. Last year, he just emerged as one of the best pitchers in the American League, and he's taken it to a higher level this year. Checked his swing, we think. Strike 3, says Manny Gonzalez. And Trevor stands next to the batter's box and shakes his head from side to side. 3 straight strikeouts for Keuchel.
You better look at it right here.
Yeah,
that's a swing.
Yep.
Frustration for Trevor, but he went around.
Twins picking their spots with Torrey Hunter, trying to give him some favorable matchups to try to snap him out of a 2-month slump. And the ball grounded down the right field line. That's a good start. First pitch, and Hunter goes the other way and gets the first hit of the game. So only 3 balls have been put in play. Hicks with a fly ball to right field, and now Hunter with a single.
Well, Torrey's a smart hitter. That's how you survive all the years, and he sees that Keuchel's been starting right-handers off with a fastball away, and he just is ready for that. Shoots it right past the first baseman, Luis Valbuena.
And now Eduardo Escobar. Good to see Torrey at first base. It's been a really tough grind for Hunter. And now Escobar takes strike 1. See Keuchel with that hesitation in his delivery. Not that Hunter's going any place here. You wouldn't think he would be. But he looks at home plate, then gives a quick look toward first. Swinging a foul, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, he mixes it up. I mean, he can pause up there and still be able to step towards first, which is very difficult. That's why base runners have to go on first move, and sometimes they're going to get picked off. He also has the quick step, which he just did his last pitch to Escobar.
1-2. Checked his swing, or did he? Home plate umpire fielded Culbreth said he went. And that wraps up the second inning as Keuchel strikes out the side.
as a big leaguer in this building, and his manager Paul Mulder remembers what it was like for him to return home to Minnesota when he was a rookie with the Brewers. He said there was a lot of adrenaline going out to Old Met Stadium to play as opposed to all those years going with his dad. He said it was a big deal and it was very special, but he said that today, as far as Duffy is concerned, he said he has to be able to put aside the desire to impress all these people here to watch him. He said that can be difficult, but we think he can keep his focus. And I got to tell you guys, he is focused right now. There's plenty of people right behind the Twins dugout who were trying to yell at him and cheer for him on his way out there. He didn't look back once. He is locked in.
Thank you, Jamie, off the plate for the first pitch of this inning, and then he flipped the corner 1-1 to Evan Gattis. You went through it. You came back, pitched at the old Met the first time. Did you have butterflies, do you recall?
Oh, sure I did. I think it's human nature. You know, I was coming out of the bullpen in those days. I never got a start my first year before I got hurt, and then I got hurt, and all of my second year I pitched out of the bullpen. So it wasn't quite the same experience as once I established myself as a starter a year later, but certainly remember it, and exciting time.
3-1 now to the leadoff man in the second. Rasmus will follow. Ooh. Off the outside corner. And Duffy issues a leadoff walk here in the second.
Well, Duffy had a little bit of command issues after he breezed through the first 4 innings in his last start, and let's just hope that he can stop that right here. He's got to go after these guys. They are free swingers. Rasmus is susceptible to the breaking ball. Duffy's got a great one.
Gattis doesn't run well. He's at first, nobody out. In the plate appearance before the 3 walks against Chicago, again there were 2 out in the inning, Adam LaRoche hit a pop-up to short left. The Twins were in an infield shift, and no one could get to the pop-up, and it landed and almost got stuck in the turf in short left field. And then the 3 walks, then a 2-run single, and the Twins had to go get him. He just didn't look like he was close to getting the final out of the 5th inning. Twins went on to win the ball game. Duffy, however, did not get the win. 2 strikes to Rasmus.
As we've seen Duffy here in a short sample size of his career, this is his 6th start. You almost sense, though, that those are learning experiences for this guy, and he's got that bulldog mentality.
And on 3 pitches, Rasmus heads back to the dugout. 3 strikeouts already for Duffy.
He probably was a bit embarrassed from that. I think all competitive guys would be, as we watch this great slider right there, and he can wear Rasmus out with that pitch all day long.
It'll be interesting to see what happens here today and which starting pitcher fares better, which goes longer and all that. But so far what we've seen from Duffy when he's had a disappointing outing, and can imagine a young pitcher saying, hey, look, I got to be better. He's come back the next time and been better. He had that disappointing start against the Blue Jays, gave up a couple of big home runs. There's a pitch down and away, ball 1. Was sent down to the minor leagues, but then came back and was better against the Indians.
And I think it's fair to state it. I think we should state the fact he's pitched against some of the best pitchers in the game in his short career, and so he's getting used to that. He understands that that's part of it. You're going to face great pitchers. You might not get a lot of run support. Your job is to get outs, and I think that's another thing that he's recognizing, that I can't control that. I'm going to try to do my best to just deal with what I can control.
2-0 now to Carlos Gomez. Breaking ball up and away, 3-0. Gonzalez on deck.
Well, he hasn't finished off those last couple. He's flying open a little bit, and he's rushing with his lower half, and that tends to elevate the pitches, and that's exactly what has happened here the last 2 pitches to Gomez.
And strike called. Gomez was on his way to first. Got off to a slow start with his new team after the trade from Milwaukee, but he's picked it up considerably. Popped up left side. He came inside and got a tall one. Escobar out for the catch and out number 2. Came back from 3-0 to get Gomez 2 away. And before Gonzalez hits, Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Boys and Girls Clubs help young people reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens through programs that promote character and leadership, education, healthy lifestyles, and more. For more information, visit foxsportsupports.com. 2 down. Duffy trying to pitch around the leadoff walk, and here's Marwin Gonzalez. Gonzalez with a single against Kevin Jepson last night. And the Astros ended up with the tying run at third. Bases loaded for that matter. And breaking ball over strike 1. Jepson got the final out on a line drive to Buxton. And maybe the most dramatic win of the year. Certainly in September, went to the Twins. 1 strike.
Well, that game put in great position to win back-to-back series. It's going to be a tough one today. Keuchel seems to be on point.
Duffy bends another one over the outside corner, 0-2.
But if Duffy can keep spinning those breaking balls for strikes, this ball club is a fastball hitting team. And you show them enough breaking balls, and those fastballs are going to look a lot better as long as you can locate them.
0-2. Struck him out. A nice response by Duffy after the leadoff walk. 2 more strikeouts and 2 hitless innings here in Houston. Now, for you to tweet your strongest fan photo, use hashtag NorthDataStrongFan. You might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. Kurt Suzuki will lead off the 3rd inning for the Twins against Dallas Keuchel. He came out of college to professional baseball. How long, at what age do you think it really started to click for you as to knowing what you needed to do to be a successful big league pitcher?
3rd year in the big leagues. And again, I've said this several times, and it's probably because it happened to me. That's what I experienced. But it's somewhere between 26 and 28 years old that so many guys really put it all together. And obviously there's always exceptions to the rules. There's young guys that have done a lot better earlier. Bert was a guy that kind of seemed to get it together as a very young man.
Bouncer to short, at least on the field. I don't know if Bert
that's what I was referring to.
1 down with Suzuki retired, and now Byron Buxton. Well, we saw it happen within our division, Corey Kluber. It took him a while. I think age 27, you could almost see the light bulb go off. And now he's hurt right now, but he won the Cy Young Award last year. You'd like to call these guys up a year or two out of college or 3 years out of high school and expect them all to be Dwight Gooden. But it very rarely happens that way. They need seasoning, and then they need to get up here and get even more seasoning.
And to your point, Dick, I think the reason for that is the success you have in high school and college is so much more difficult to do at this level because hitters are smarter. They're better. This is the best of the best.
There's a drive to left center field off the bat of Buxton. And caught out there in the gap by Marwin Gonzalez. Buxton got a double in that gap last night. He had Gomez take an extra base hit away from him last night. And in his first at bat here today, Gonzalez takes an extra base hit away.
This ball had a little extra hang time. Gonzalez is playing him shaded towards that gap a little bit. And he had a nice read on it. He made a nice route and made it look fairly easy. You can see the route he took.
2 down, and now Hicks. Missing the outside corner, ball 1. And now a strike. Well, we mentioned Frank Viola. Remember, Viola's rookie year was 82. And he kind of turned a corner a little bit in 1984, but he didn't win his Cy Young till 4 years after that.
Well, there's a lot of fans probably wondering why the Twins didn't bring up Morelos at the end of the season. And I think the people that are in the know in the minor leagues understand that just because he's throwing fastballs up in the zone in AAA and getting guys out, the discrepancy between AAA and the big leagues is significant now. And they just feel like that won't work yet, and they want to see him fine-tune his pitches and be able to locate in and out and up and down, and then the breaking ball also. So just happy with his year this year, and look forward to his progress next year.
And then other things that go along with it, holding runners on and fielding your position, things like that. The Twins decided not to bring him up, and I think everyone would be surprised if health-wise he's not part of this rotation next year.
I also think there's something to be said, and you know, I remember it. AA, AAA, you're playing with guys that are high school, college age kids. Once in a while you'll have a guy that might be in his late 20s that's still hanging on in the minor leagues.
Swing and a miss, Hicks strikes out.
You get to the big leagues and there's a 40-year-old next to you named Hunter, and you say, this is a little different.
Keuchel enjoys another 1-2-3 inning. Ford dealer. And by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. Last night, a pitcher's duel. We've got one going so far here today. Tyler Duffy has not given up a hit through a couple innings. He'll face Luis Valbuena, Hank Conger, and Jose Altuve. Chop foul. Strike one. Valbuena, first baseman, then Conger, the catcher, Altuve, the second baseman. As we said last night, the Twins are in one race, the wild card race. The Astros are in two. The right field line, but foul. 2 strikes. Astros are leading the American League West, but only by 2 games over the Texas Rangers, who will save their best for last, it appears, in September.
They have. They've been rolling pretty good. The Twins did a great job of winning the series against Texas, but have no more games against them. And of course, Houston plays 7 games against the Rangers yet, so they're going to be banging it out against each other.
Yeah, there's 7 games left between the top 2 teams in the West. And as we've said a time or two here this weekend, it's entirely possible that these 2 teams will make the playoffs and might face each other in the wild card game. Both teams managed by first-year managers. A.J. Hinch, of course, managed in Arizona a few years ago, but Paul Molitor on the coaching staff last year for the Twins. 1 down in the 3rd. That'll bring up Conger.
And Paul has also coached out in Seattle at the big league level.
Right. Strike 1 to the Houston catcher. Jason Castro is going to be out for a little while longer. He pulled a quad muscle in Minnesota last weekend. And an off-speed pitch taken inside 1-1. Tough assignment for the Twins. They're taking on an Astro team and a Kansas City team at the start of this long road trip that they don't lose many games at home. Both teams are 42-24 right now at home. And the Twins go to Kansas City after the game here today.
Well, I can just hear your buddy, partner Bert Blyleven saying this, and I agree with him. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And right now, these 2 ball clubs have the best home record. They've been playing very good baseball, solid all year long. No real major changes, no extended losing streaks. And the Twins are going through a great learning experience for a young ball club to face these teams in these situations, no matter what the result is when it's all said and done.
Call, 3rd strike on the outside corner, 2 down.
Duffy is just matching Keuchel, strikeout for strikeout. That's number 5 for him.
Season high in his start in Baltimore. He struck out 8 in 7 2/3 innings.
11 strikeouts in yesterday's game for Irvin Santana. We talk about it. This is a very strikeout prone team. They swing. They had one thing in mind. They want to reach the seats.
Altuve grounded to Plouffe. The second pitch from Duffy to lead off the first inning. Breaking ball hits the inside corner. Twice in the season series, in the opener last weekend in Minnesota and last night, Altuve made the last out in a Twins win. At Target Field on that Friday night, he had a deep fly ball to left for the last out. And last night, I don't know that he or anybody else could hit the ball any more square than Altuve did. A sailing, wobbling line drive to center field that Buxton was able to stay with.
Well, I think he's the smartest hitter on this Astro team at the time. You know, you don't go and get as many hits as he did last year and then back it up again this year with what he's done without being a smart hitter. And he'll look, and that's why it's so important for Duffy and Kurt Suzuki to recognize that you can't repeat patterns. That you know, you might throw him 2 breaking balls his first at bat, but let's not try that the second time. You got to mix it in and up and down, and fastballs, changeup, sliders. You've got to throw the whole kitchen sink at him, because if you start getting into a pattern, he's the kind of guy that'll recognize it and adjust to it.
2-2 to Altuve, and now a full count. In last night's game, Jepson had some control issues, walked a couple of guys to load him up. And you could almost sense Altuve was digging in the box thinking he's going to throw me a fastball because he wants to make sure he gets ahead, and he was ready for it and absolutely plastered it. 3-2. Breaking ball. Plouffe gets a piece of it, but not enough of it. And Altuve around first, heads to second with the first Houston hit.
Well, he came back with a 3-2 breaking ball, and he left it out over the plate. He had to throw it in the strike zone. I mean, you're 3-2, you got to do it. It was up, and Altuve kind of tomahawked that one and pulled it just past Trevor Plouffe. He's the kind of guy that seems to find holes all the time. When he makes contact, it's generally hit somewhere where they're not.
25th double. It comes with 2 outs in the third, and now Jed Lowry struck out swinging on 3 pitches in the first inning. Each team with a hit now. And that breaking ball that he has such great command of. Right over the outside corner, strike one. He's got different, or he does different things with his breaking ball. He'll throw a get me over breaking ball, and then he'll bury one in the dirt once he gets to 2 strikes.
He seems like he can throw it in and out.
A little roller to first. Great job by Duffy as he gives up his first hit, but he's got 3 shutout innings on his home turf. And our Carsoup.com trivia question: who are the 2 Astros pitchers to win a Cy Young award? And they have had some great pitchers. Keuchel would be the 3rd, of course.
I think I
he
know one
wins
of them.
the award.
Pretty sure I know one of them. Probably both of them.
Well, I don't know that Nolan won the award here. I'm thinking Mike Scott.
Yeah, Mike Scott is the other.
J.R. Richard, maybe. Here's Dozier. And a ball to hit to left field.
There's one.
And Brian Dozier puts the Twins up 1-0. Just the 11th home run allowed by Keuchel this year.
We talked about it. One mistake that maybe the Twins would be ready for, and Brian Dozier, perfect candidate for it, gets that first fastball up in the zone. And Marwin Gonzalez, the left fielder, did not even flinch. Didn't turn around and look. He waited for it to hit that Halliburton sign up there. Boom.
Making a difference whether your name is Dallas Keuchel or Dallas Braden, whatever. If you throw it down the middle, bad things are going to happen. Just the 2nd home run that Keuchel's allowed at home, and the Twins have the first lead. There's Mauer taking a strike over the inside corner.
This is that kind of ballpark. You know, I think it also makes great pitchers, and you kind of recognize there's areas of this strike zone you don't make mistakes over because of what you have out there to work with. 315 down the left field line. Kind of learned that lesson at Tiger Stadium where they had the overhanging upper deck in right field. 321 down both lines. And a lot of room. 440 in center.
Dribbled up the right side. Valbuena will go to the bag. Mauer retired, one away. Well, the left field area we've seen, the Crawford boxes there, reachable by a right-handed batter, a left-handed batter, a one-handed batter. I mean, it looks really, really close.
What one-handed batter have you seen hit it out of here?
It just looks really close. It looks, you know, as close as the Green Monster, only half as tall.
I took a little tour today. I was fortunate enough to go up there and stand next to the train.
Ball one.
Up there, the Minute Maid train that was really part of this ballpark because the depot that was across the street when they built this ballpark.
Right.
And it's certainly a neat view from up there.
And now Sano takes ball two. Sano struck out. His first time up. See what he gets and does with the 2-0 pitch. 3-0. Plouffe on deck. When Frank Viola lost his or had his winning streak at the Metrodome end, the Toronto Blue Jays hit 3 home runs against him. There's a strike. 3-1. Dozier's just hit one here in the fourth. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. 3-2. Called third strike. And Sano thought it was up and away. Ball down on strikes, out number 2. Very close. Two down, and that'll bring up Plouffe.
As they say, probably too close to take.
Now a strike at the knees to Plouffe. Dozier's hit his 27th home run of the year with a chance obviously to hit 30 in 2015. Trevor's been stuck at 18 for a while, hoping to get over 20. One and one. On the ground, hit right at Correa. Dozier at the first pitch of the inning for a home run. Next 3 men were retired, but in the fourth, the Twins take the first lead.
to get together. We know a lot of Twins fans are Timberwolves fans. I mean, Andrew Wiggins is back. Karl Anthony Towns is going to make his debut. There's so much excitement around this team. How must the guys feel? Well, you know, you want to stand in their shoes for a minute? How about doing that at the fair? Here's Gorgie Jang. His size 18s are on display here. I'm filling up like half of them. But you can stand where Gorgie stood. Check it out. Timberwolves display at the State Fair.
And the State Fair going through tomorrow.
Yep.
Labor Day. We want to wish everyone a safe and happy Labor Day weekend. Now that we're 2/3 of the way through it, I guess. Here's Correa. And he takes strike one from Duffy, who now is pitching with a lead.
There's your run, kid. Hold it there.
Well, we both have commented how Duffy just looks very, very focused here today. It's a remarkable story. Growing up here, went to college here. Mother died at the very early age of 44 because of cancer. There's a ball dribbled towards short. Correa is going to beat it out. It's an infield hit leading off the fourth.
That guy's got a little bit of the magic working for him, too. He somehow has found a few infield hits, balls that are squiggling through the infield. He's a great young player, but he's also one of those guys like Joe Mauer's been over his years, just finds holes.
So Duffy now will go back to the stretch with a base stealing threat. Correa at first and nobody out. Evan Gattis drew a walk his first time up, leading off the second inning. Duffy with 5 prior starts and 4 ground ball double plays. He'd like to get one here. One and 0 to Gattis. Astros lead the American League in stolen bases with 101. They're second in the major leagues in home runs with 183. Correa with 11 steals and 14 tries. Chopped foul. We're talking about Jose Barrios, and one of the things the Twins wanted him to work on in a full season in the minor leagues was holding runners and things like that. And remember, there was a clamoring for Barrios to be called up instead of Duffy, and the Twins thought that Duffy was more ready to handle situations such as this one right here. You've got a base stealer at first, and just to be able to hold him, make sure that this infield hit suddenly doesn't turn into a double.
Important part of the game. You've got to give your catcher a chance.
And down and away.
It's kind of a fine line. You've got to be quick to the plate. You've got to be able to kind of well, you've got to have different pauses on the mound to hold that runner, and then, oh, by the way, make sure it's a strike in a great location. So there's a lot going on when you have runners on first and nobody out.
2-1 to Gattis. Double play grounder. Dozier, Escobar, 2 down. He snapped his bat and got the perfect ground ball double play.
We talked about Gattis last night and the fact that he loves to pull the ball, and he's always seemingly looking to yank the ball to left field. This is a ball down and away as we watch this pitch, and he hits it right off the end of the bat because he's trying to pull. Breaks his bat. Dozier is ready for it. Escobar turns it nicely, and just like that, he's out of a little bit of trouble.
2 down, and now Rasmus. Rasmus struck out on 3 pitches. First time he faced Duffy. A breaking ball over the inside corner. In and out, up and down. Fastball, breaking ball. Two strikes to Rasmus.
Now he has really anything he can do. He can waste a pitch. And I would think he'd like to go up in the zone away or down in the zone away with a fastball. He hasn't really shown him any. He's going to come in, I think.
Down and in.
Struck him out, and I think sometimes that's not necessarily a good idea. Well, you get him out one time and you have the luxury of wasting pitches. You don't want to throw him that same pitch that you're going to go to. You don't want your go-to pitch to be seen too many times.
So maybe face him again in the seventh inning.
So maybe go with the sinker down and away and see if you can get him to roll one over.
And now 2-2.
I'll never forget the first time that I was set up, and I knew I was set up. Tony Perez, I was playing winter ball down in Puerto Rico, and I threw him 2 sliders to strike him out his first 2 at-bats. And the game was on the line, the 9th inning, his 4th at-bat, and I threw him a slider with 2 strikes, and that ball was still going. He totally knew it was coming, and I threw it in the same location that I was able to get him out the first 2 times.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, but my point is, that's what great hitters are able to do. Recognize what you're trying to do against them, and that's why I say you've got to show them different looks.
2-2 to Rasmus. Pounded foul. We say that that's something that Miguel Cabrera is really, really good at. Setting up a pitcher. And you might get him out with a pitch in the first inning and again in the 4th, but in the 6th, with 2 men on, he's got you. 2-2 again. Struck him out. Duffy gives up an infield hit, but again in another shutout inning. He faces just 3 men in the 4th. Torrey Hunter will lead off the 5th with the Twins up 1-0.
One of his biggest fans is in the other dugout. George Springer grew up in New Britain, Connecticut, longtime home of the Twins AA team, and he'd go to a lot of Rock Cats games over the years. Well, when he was about 8 years old, he met a young Torrey Hunter who was just coming up with the Twins at the time, and they played catch a few times. Not surprisingly, Springer had a new favorite player. He followed Torrey throughout his career. He tried to hit like Torrey, play the outfield like Torrey. Fast forward a couple of years to 2013. Springer went up to Torrey in spring training, and he reintroduced himself, told him the story of how they first met. He said he was starstruck and absolutely in awe of the fact that he got to share the same field as his childhood idol. Torrey says he remembers that young kid playing baseball with him, playing catch, and now look where he is today, guys.
Yeah, interesting, Jamie. Hunter spent parts of 3 years in New Britain, 96, 97, 98, swinging a miss 1 and 2.
Yeah, and Corey will blink his eyes. 10 years from now, there'll be kids coming out saying, yeah, I remember you. I was in like 4th grade when you were playing for the Twins. And, you know, I've had that happen to me. And I look at the guy, and he looks like he's 6 years older than I am.
Hunter swings over a breaking ball, a strikeout to start the 5th. And that'll get us to Eduardo Escobar. Twins take on the Tigers September 14th through the 16th at Target Field. Tuesday, it's a U.S. Bank Value Pack night. Purchase a U.S. Bank Home Run Porch View ticket. Get a free Schweigert hot dog and Pepsi. Wednesday is Student Day presented by Rasmussen College. Standing room tickets just $5 for students, and they include a free ride on Metro Transit. You know the number, 833-TWINS. You know the website, twinsbaseball.com. Here's Escobar. Escobar on a check swing was the final out of the second inning. A high drive, deep left center field. To the gap. This ball is gone. Another home run for the Twins. Escobar trots around with home run number 9, and it's 2-0.
We have talked about Eduardo Escobar and what leg strength he has, and the drive off his legs that generate the power for a guy that's not that big. But he went down after this one and yanked it, and I think Dallas Keuchel's got to be wondering what's going on. You mentioned Frank Viola lost after 19 straight wins because of 3 home runs. Well, the Twins now have 2 off of Keuchel here in this game.
Hadn't given up a home run at home until his last start against Seattle, and now 2 early ones here, 2 solo ones, but now here's Kurt Suzuki outside, ball 1. Reading the press clippings of from the game back in 1988, Frank Viola quoted as saying he just made 3 mistakes all day and they ended up in the seats.
That's easy to remember, the mistakes that end up in the seats. Well, Keuchel is coming off a game against Seattle where he threw 121 pitches in 7 innings. That's a really high pitch count for only 7 innings. And he is up there. Well, he's at probably closing in on 200 innings for the year right now.
Popped up short right. Rasmus under it. So we talk about, hey, hit the ball to the opposite field, go the other way, and the Twins are leading 2-0 because both Dozier and Escobar pulled home runs. 2 down, and here's Buxton. Buxton drove one to left center field. Nice running catch by Gonzalez on the edge of the track. Buxton's hit the ball hard in that general direction in each of his last 3 at bats now. Chatted with Buxton about the game-ending catch last night, and he said, yeah, it was knuckling on its way out there, and dipping and sailing and all that. We talk about it regarding infielders, how you can't let the ball play you. And as I thought about that play last night, I suppose as an outfielder, you have to do the same thing. You've got to aggressively go after the ball, especially one that's wobbling and sailing or knuckling, whatever it was doing. Because if you let the ball play you, it's going to knuckle behind you and go all the way to the center field fence. He clearly ran in and just tried to cut it off before it started moving even more, and then took the tumble with the dive at the end. Check swing 2-2.
It is funny how that happens. As pitchers, we did a lot of shagging during batting practice, and balls would come out there and they would. It would be like a knuckleball. There's no spin in the ball.
Swing and a miss. Buxton strikes out. The inning is done. But another solo home run for the Twins, this time by Eduardo Escobar, and it's 2-0. and Aria are Mountain Dew fans of the game. The Minnesota Wildcat. And Duffy in the first pitch to Carlos Gomez just misses the outside corner, ball 1. Duffy fell behind Gomez 3-0 with a man aboard in the second inning. Then he came back to get him on a weak pop-up to the shortstop Escobar. And now 2-0.
Now this is where he's just got to regroup and make sure the next pitch is a strike. He cannot afford to go 3-1. Twins doubled their lead, and it's still only 2 runs, but gives them a little bit of breathing room.
And a breaking ball, 3-0. 1 walk for Duffy, and it was to Gaddis leading off the second inning. He never moved from first base. Gomez a different deal here. You don't want to put his speed on first unless he can earn his way there. Strike, 3-1.
I think he actually felt the adjustment right on that last pitch. You could see he was rushing his first 3 pitches, kind of jumping at the hitter, and he slowed everything down the last pitch.
Strike 2. In his first plate appearance, Gomez thought he had drawn a walk and had to be called back to the plate. Full count. Gomez, Gonzalez, and Valbuena here in the Houston 5th. And Gomez has a hand come off the bat, but the helmet stayed on. So Gomez again at target field, swinging out from underneath his helmet a number of times. Drilled down the line. It's a hit. And an extra base hit for Gomez. And Gomez has a leadoff double here in the 5th.
You just don't want to get yourself in position to have to throw strikes. And with a 3-2 full count, it's the old get me over breaking ball. Gomez jumped all over it, hits it down into the corner, almost kills a bird.
This is a retractable roof stadium.
Yeah, we have birds flying around in here. There's some gaps out there in the window area of left field, left center, and center field.
Marwin Gonzalez struck out swinging his first time up. Duffy has had his strikeout pitch going here. Total of 6 strikeouts, at least 1 in every inning, and he might well use one here, or need one here. Fastball inside, ball 1. Duffy had a great start going against the White Sox, and then with 2 outs, everything just kind of imploded on him in the 5th inning.
Well, let's just hope that this doesn't become habit forming for him. I think Trevor May as a starter had a little issue for a while in the 6th inning just to get through that 6th.
Inside move, Gomez not going anyplace. Each team with 3 hits. Each team with a couple of extra base hits, but the Twins' extra base hits have been home runs. Houston's extra base hits have been doubles. Missing again, 2-0. Fell behind Gomez and ultimately paid the price. And now it's 2-0 to Gonzalez. And Kurt Suzuki with Paul Molitor hopes a well-timed trip to the mound to try to get Duffy back in the strike zone.
If nothing else, and this is where veteran leadership of a catcher like Suzuki can help a young pitcher. And you don't necessarily listen to everything that a catcher says to you, but he buys some time and gives him a few extra seconds to catch his breath and maybe slow things down a little bit.
2-0 to Gonzalez. Popped up right side. Good trip to the mound so far. Dozier with the catch. Gonzalez only made it about halfway, 2/3 of the way to first base. One down tonight. Be sure to catch Fox Sports Live on Fox Sports 1 for complete highlights and analysis of everything that happened in Major League Baseball today, plus the latest from the NFL and the world of sports. Fox Sports Live tonight on Fox Sports 1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. One down. Here's Valbuena. Valbuena with a grounder to first, his first time up. Ground ball right side. Dozier has it. Out of Mauer, and Gonzalez's inability to advance the runner may cost the Astros a run here in the fifth. Two down.
Trading out right there. The runner ends up going to third base. Now he just needs an infield fly ball, a ground out, a strikeout, something to the number 9 hitter. And Hank Conger has been kind of a tough out for the Twins. Yesterday he walked and struck out twice, but the day before that, 5 RBIs, a grand slam, base hit in the 8th inning. Had another RBI.
Sacrifice fly would work out fine here, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we'll take that. Ball hit hard right at somebody. Anything. Just an out.
Big lead at third by Gomez. Swing and a miss by Conger. Conger strikes out about 1 every 3 times. He struck out looking in the third. Now by Suzuki. Gomez can have a big lead at third because Plouffe, the only infielder on that side, is about 30 feet off the line. So that means Gomez can take a 25-foot lead. And a fastball gets a swing and a foul. 1-2. In the second inning, Duffy pitched around a leadoff walk. In the 4th inning, he pitched around a leadoff single. Now in the 5th, trying to pitch around a leadoff double. One and 2. And Conger did all he could to make contact with that breaking ball.
Duffy's thrown a lot of breaking balls, but that's the pitch he loves and he feels confident with. And it just so happens that it's working out quite well against this Astro team. See the pitch count per inning?
Right where you'd want it to be, right?
It's not too bad. You want it to stay around 15 or less per inning if you can.
Another 1-2 to Conger. Missed inside. Duffy with a couple of wins against Cleveland and Baltimore. If he could win this game here today, it would be, for a long time, I suspect, the biggest win of his career. Ground ball right side. Dozier in front. And the Astros waste their leadoff double. 5 shutout innings for Tyler Duffy.
Fans, when you're at Target Field, don't forget to bring your Circle Me signs, and if you get circled, you may find yourself in the Minnesota Lottery's Winner's Circle, where you could win $100 worth of lottery scratch-off tickets, courtesy of the Minnesota Lottery.
You a Star Wars guy?
No.
I saw the original one a long time ago. I don't generally do sequels, so I haven't seen any of them since.
Yeah. All I remember is Dougie Bear, a former teammate of mine, relief pitcher, used to call Sparky Anderson one of the characters of Star Wars. And I never even saw Star Wars, so I didn't really relate to it.
There's Aaron Hicks taking a strike. Hicks with a fly to right and a strikeout. See the Twins with a 2-0 lead. Maybe Hicks thinking of a bunting, but again, as Jack mentioned before, Keuchel, the reigning Gold Glove Award winner. This ball's scorched, but about 5 feet foul. 0-2 to Hicks. Dozier and Mauer will follow. Swing and a miss. Hicks on 3 pitches. And Hicks is retired.
Strikeout number 9. Dallas Keuchel building upon those strikeouts here.
1 down in the 6th. Here's Dozier. Clobbered a home run, his 27th of the year, leading off the 4th. Looking for something center cut. Up, and Keuchel delivered it there, and now a ball hit up the middle, fielded behind the bag. Altuve throws him out.
The Astros are one of the leading teams believing in the shift, and this time they've got Altuve playing almost right behind the bag at second. The ball's hit hard. Normally, at least in our era, that would have been a base hit, but not here at the Minute Maid Park today.
Hit the mound and then gave Altuve even more time to go to his left. 2 down, and here's Mauer. Running out of time, I thought Mauer would drop one into the Crawford box seats in left during the 3 games here. He's hit one off the wall, and he's hit a fly ball into the left field corner last night, but he's yet to hit an opposite field home run here yet. 1-0.
Joe was hitless last night.
On the outside corner, 1-1.
And a pair of hits in the first game of this series.
Twins with just 3 hits, 1 each in 3 different innings, but 2 of them are home runs. And now inside 2-1. 20 years ago today, Cal Ripken Jr. broke Lou Gehrig's streak for consecutive games played in Baltimore, thankfully. Wouldn't have been the same if it had been done in Cleveland, I don't suppose. I'll bet when they set up the schedule, they took that into account. They took Ripken's streak and then figured out, well, look, we got to make sure that, with a rain out here or a rain out there, that the record would be set in the middle of a Baltimore homestand. You think they did that?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think it had anything to do with it.
Down
but if it
3-2.
did, it shows the power of one guy. And right now, if there's a guy pulling off a power play, it's that pitcher in New York, Matt Harvey.
Yeah. That would make you bristle as a teammate, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Mauer takes a walk, and that'll get Sano to the plate. Couple of strikeouts for Sano. He'll come up now with a man aboard and 2 down. Cardsoup.com trivia. I'm going to go James Rodney Richard and Mike Scott.
I'll go with Nolan and Mike Scott.
Roger Clemens.
Robert.
In 04. Well, we got one part of it right. That's pretty good for us. Here's Sano. Once swinging and once looking. He struck out twice against Keuchel. Down and away, ball 1.
Keuchel committing his first walk of the game. Joe Mauer's on first.
Committing. You make it sound like a sin.
It is a sin. It's a free pass.
2-0.
And I had a lot of sins when I pitched.
I thought about saying that, but I thought it would be much better if you said it.
I knew what you were thinking.
2-0 to Sano. And now 3-0 with Plouffe on deck.
Well, he's going to try to stay away. He's either going to throw the breaking ball down and in, or he's going to try to stay away from Sano here. And we'll see if Sano adjusts to that ball away, or if he just takes a pitch, maybe.
Something at 80 miles per hour.
Change up away. And that takes some courage.
3-1. On the outside corner with a fastball. 3-2.
Struck out Sano looking his last plate appearance, and a ball that was what Sano thought was outside. It was probably very, very close. Fielding Coldruth, the umpire, called him out.
Half swing, he went. And strike 3, Sano with 3 more strikeouts today. Mauer left at first. It's still 2-0. One at your Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. By Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. And by McDonald's, with $1.69 iced coffees and 69-cent vanilla cones, you can get Totes treats excited all summer long at McDonald's. 2-0 Twins, a pair of solo home runs. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The story, however, has been Tyler Duffy. 5 shutout innings back in his hometown of Houston. He'll face Altuve, Lowry, and Correa. Altuve with a double his last time up. One of 3 hits allowed by Duffy. Tap foul, 1 strike. After the game, the Twins will go to Kansas City and open up a 3-game series there tomorrow night, trying to win this game, which would give them 7 series wins in their last 8. The one exception being the 3-game sweep at Yankee Stadium. And another one hit toward Plouffe. And the ball bounces away in front of Hicks. And Altuve, who hit a 1-hopper to Plouffe's left in the first inning, now has gotten a couple of ground balls between Trevor and the line. Another leadoff double for the Astros.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they didn't have Trevor playing closer to the line on this. We call it preventative defense. As you get later into the ball game with a lead, you don't want doubles. And he's crawled well off the line there. Ball just squirts by him. And Altuve in scoring position with nobody out.
Second inning in a row where the Astros have gotten a leadoff double. Gomez only got as far as third base in the fifth. Lowry with a strikeout and a ground ball to first. Ball one. In the fifth inning, Gomez had doubled, and then Gonzalez popped to second base. Then came two ground balls to Dozier, and the Astros ended up wasting a leadoff double. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Nice catch, and they've got Altuve trapped. Lowry will try to advance, and they'll only get the one out here with Altuve tagged. And Lowry will replace Altuve at second base. Good fielding play by Duffy.
And also a good base running play by Altuve. He knew immediately that he was tagged out here. As you watch him, he's right there. He's flipping his hand towards Lowry and saying, "Get over here. I'm going to try to stay in this as long as I can. Your job is to get to second base in scoring position."
So the Twins get the out with a runner at second. It's just it's a different runner. And now Correa singled, struck out against Duffy earlier today. Again, a case of a pitcher and his ability to field his position, and that might go a long way toward keeping this a 2-0 ball game. See what happens here in the balance of this inning. Correa takes a breaking ball down and away. The ball gets by the mound. Altuve's at third base. And while it would have been nice to get Altuve and leave Lowry at first, as you said, Altuve was in the rundown long enough to allow Lowry to move up to second. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Now a fly ball to left doesn't score a run. One and one to Correa.
Duffy has done an excellent job so far in this game of getting himself out of some jams. And if he can make a few more pitches here, he might have the chance to do it again.
Up and away with a fastball, and it's 2-1.
Again, you see the reaction, the body language from Duffy. He recognizes that pitch he spun off of and knows why the ball was up in the zone. And he's kind of taking his time to regroup.
Foul back, 2-2. Except for the trip to the mound by Suzuki in the middle of the Gonzalez at bat in the fifth inning. He hasn't needed much help out there. Hasn't been a trip to the mound by the pitching coach. Suzuki's let him do his own thing. He just looks supremely focused and intense.
Very confident guy, and I think he's learning even at this level. Let's hope that he is, because everybody needs to. But Paul Molitor talked about why Terry Ryan and the minor league personnel were confident in him, is his focus and his ability to accept all this stuff and adjust to the big league level.
2-2. And now a full count. Gaddis on deck. Neil Kotz is warming in the Twins bullpen.
Duffy's pitch count is still pretty good at 83, but that's a preventative measure right there, just in case Duffy should have that lapse that he had in the fifth inning in his last start.
He's got Correa now, then another right-handed batter in Gaddis. Rasmus, a lefty. And if the inning gets that far, we might have a change. Duffy's in control of his own fate here in the sixth if he can get the two right-handed batters. 3-2. Roll to the right side. And by a step, and a step only, Correa's thrown out. And Lowry goes to third.
You know, kind of in the same situation that he was before. The leadoff double is now at third base with 2 outs.
And weak contact. And you just don't have any extra time with Correa.
Well, he runs well. Buxton might beat him by a step, but he's that incredible young star of the game, and one of his attributes is his speed.
We've been saying all series long, Gaddis is a pull hitter. Duffy used that to his advantage in the fourth, getting a double play grounder, and a breaking ball snaps over, strike 1.
Well, what's crazy is that Gaddis has not made any adjustments yet. I mean, the Twins have been pitching him away, breaking ball, and he's still stepping in the bucket, looking to lift and separate.
0-1 to Gaddis. Popped up, back and out of play. Suzuki got a late look at it, but it's well back into the seats. 0-2. Duffy for the second inning in a row trying to pitch around a leadoff double. Oh, 2. A day to remember for Tyler Duffy. 6 shutout innings so far, and a 2-0 Twins lead.
Story of the game. Tyler Duffy has been in complete command here today. 6 shutout innings, a few strikeouts, 7 the total. Evan Gaddis ground ball double play to help him get out of a jam. And the Twins, Brian Dozier finally gets to Dallas Keuchel, a leadoff home run in the 4th inning. And then Eduardo Escobar, a solo home run in the 5th. And that's it. Scores 2-0 Twins. Keuchel to the mound here for the 7th inning.
Trevor Plouffe will lead off the 7th against Keuchel. Squaring to bunt and taking strike 1. Plouffe with a strikeout on a check swing in the 2nd, and a bouncer to short in the 4th. Twins trying to hand Keuchel his first home loss this year after 12 wins. With a 16-6 mark, still a chance for Keuchel to be a 20-game winner.
Yeah, he may be the only one in the American League this year.
Two strikes to the Twins' third baseman. Down and away. Twins will face Yordano Ventura, Edison Volquez, and Chris Medlin, 3 right-handers in Kansas City. Chopped to third, but foul. missing Johnny Cueto, who's really been struggling over his last few starts with the Royals. Royals trailing the White Sox again 5-1. Cleveland leading Justin Verlander 3-0 late at Comerica Park. 2-2. This is such a fun time of the year, and I think Twins fans have been reintroduced to the glory of September pennant race baseball. Last night's game in the 9th inning was just so incredibly fun to be a part of. 3-2 now to Plouffe, and it's not just the Twins games. We've talked about that. The Texas Angels game last night was of great interest to Twins fans and to Houston fans. The Houston manager. Plouffe checks his swing, and it's a leadoff walk. Trevor fell behind 0-2 and ends up drawing a rare walk from Keuchel.
Second walk of the game for Keuchel.
How about this? Tyler Duffy's outpitched Dallas Keuchel.
Pretty remarkable. Great pitching performance by both pitchers. 4 hits for the Twins, only 3 here. Or excuse me, 3 hits for the Twins, only 4 allowed for Duffy.
Torrey Hunter has one of those hits. A sharp single to right in the first pitch he saw in the 2nd inning, and then he struck out on a series of breaking balls in the 5th. Fastball down low. Torrey squares to bunt. Took ball 1.
Probably the best crowd of the year here this Sunday afternoon. And watch the Astros and the Twins, Keuchel.
And on Star Wars Day.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be it. The only people in Star Wars are the people that had the Star Wars costumes to come here. None of the fans. I don't see a fan here with Star Wars stuff on.
37,648. Pretty good paid attendance. Hunter with a rocket to center, his 2nd hit. And Plouffe will check in at second base. A promising start to the 7th inning with Keuchel losing Plouffe after getting ahead of him 0-2. And then Hunter with a line drive single to center.
Now good for Torrey. He's been in quite an extended slump, and this one shot right back up the middle. He gets his 2nd hit. And the hits are even now.
Escobar homered against Keuchel his last time up. Went down and dug a pitch almost out of the dirt and hammered it to left center field. Look at what the newfound Twins shortstop has done over the last 2.5 weeks.
It makes you wonder why Paul just didn't name him the shortstop after the first week.
Paul has said, only half joking, I think he's second-guessed himself on that as well. The way it's turned out, of course. In a bunting situation. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. And Escobar lays it down foul, 1 strike.
Eduardo is one of the better bunters, at least in this situation. Sacrifice bunts. You know, he actually kind of squared around a little late, I thought. He should get that bat head out and just, you know, he's going to give up this at bat. He needs to get this ball down, advance the runners. But he typically can do that. He takes a lot of bunts in batting practice.
Only laid down 2 sacrifices this year. There's a bunt toward 3rd, and they fire to 3rd and get the force play. Nice play by Valbuena.
Yeah, that's a beautiful play right there. Not a bad bunt at all, but you can see that Valbuena is just absolutely charging in.
Trevor Plouffe is adamant that he was safe.
I don't think he was, but we'll take a look at it here. Now, this is a force play. You got to understand that. So
Trevor's saying that
he thought he was off the base.
Lowry was off the base.
And we cannot tell from where we just saw that last replay.
Paul Molitor looking to Joe Favre, who's in communication with Sean Harlan. This could be a huge challenge if it is made at all and if it were to be successful.
Now this angle should show it. And we, again, can't tell if he touches the base or not, but you can tell by his reaction.
He was
Lowry. Yeah, Lowry's reaction was that he was kind of feeling for the base with his left foot. So maybe Trevor had a point.
And Trevor Plouffe is upset that they're not challenging. The Twins have decided not to challenge, and Trevor's refusing to leave third base. Gene Glenn, the third base coach, made the safe call. Trevor Plouffe did. And the Twins have decided not to challenge. So Plouffe is out at third, first and second, one away.
Wow.
A huge gamble taken by Valbuena. And Escobar reaching on a fielder's choice, and now the Twins need a pick-me-up from Suzuki. And a lazy fly to Gomez in center. And now 2 down, and that'll bring it up Buxton.
Got one more angle here to look at it, and it's going to be a little bit difficult again. You can't really tell where. Oh my! He might have been way off, unless he touched it as soon as that ball hit his glove. He was falling backwards. And Trevor may had a good call, but again, Joe Vavra's got to see it on TV where it's convincing to overturn it. And really, we haven't seen anything totally convincing.
See what Buxton can do with 2 on and 2 out.
Now we got another angle.
And we don't know whether that lunge put him in contact with the base or not. And Buxton with a busted back grounder ends the inning. In a sequence of 4 pitches after Hunter's single, the rally fizzles. It's still 2-0. Innings in the shadows of where he went to high school, in the shadows of where he went to college. This is a big, big deal for this young man.
Well, he's making himself proud, that's for sure. All his family and friends have got to be pretty impressed with his performance so far. This game's not over, and he's going to be asked to go back out there for the bottom half of the 7th inning, which probably will be his last inning. Pitch count closing in at 100 after this inning. But he certainly has pitched well and got himself out of a few jams, and that's, I guess, the most impressive part about it. Take a look at some of the things that Tyler Duffy has done today. Strikeout right there. Correa, the young star. Over the top is Rasmus. Again, Rasmus swings, same pitch there. Gonzalez, fastball away. And Hank Conger kind of locked up. Colby Rasmus again missing a pitch there. And Evan Gattis, check swing, couldn't hold up. So Duffy, he's got 7 strikeouts and 6 scoreless innings here for the Twins.
And as he starts the 7th, how about mixing in retiring a leadoff batter? That would make life a little bit easier for him. Issued a leadoff walk in the 2nd, no harm, no foul. A leadoff single in the 4th. Astros didn't score. A leadoff double in the 5th and the 6th. And now he's got Colby Rasmus leading off the 7th.
Well, you got to challenge this first hitter. You cannot walk him. This is a sin, right? To walk the leadoff man deep in the game, close ball game.
We established that.
You can't win the game with a home run right here. So challenge the guy. Go after him.
He has struck out Rasmus twice. Swing and a miss. So because the leadoff men have been on in 4 of the 6 innings, the majority of Duffy's pitches have been from the stretch position. High fly center. There's a lot of room there. And Buxton, 50 feet in front of the hill yet, makes the catch. The hill, as we mentioned Friday, is going away. It's been out there. There was no real purpose for it. But they have decided they're going to level out that area, maybe add some suites or some sort of seating area out there, as I understand. Don't know what they're going to do with the flagpole, but the hill is going to be no more. And that'll bring up Carlos Gomez. Gomez with a double his last time up. Fouled away, 1 strike. You look at the game, Jack, and the guys facing hitters now for the 3rd time. There really hasn't been a lot of solid contact. Gomez smoked his double. Altuve's really topspin choppers that went down the line. 1 strike to Gomez. And another foul.
You know, there are always scouts watching ball clubs that are going to possibly be in postseason, and you've got to wonder if this could end up hurting the Astros and their ability not to make adjustments on breaking balls. They really haven't shown us today that they've adjusted to Duffy's breaking ball.
And Gomez just got a piece of it, and that took a piece of Suzuki in the process.
The reason I bring that up is because in postseason you're going to see the best of the best, and pitching is the reason that teams get to postseason. And Duffy's kind of exposing a little bit of a weakness. Of course, Irvin Santana did a great job yesterday. He struck out 11 in 8 innings.
0-2 to Gomez. And a base hit. A pitch away, and Gomez reached across the plate and gets a 1-out single here in the 7th.
Well, Gomez actually looked like he was looking for that pitch right there. He reached out and got it, a lot like Eduardo Escobar's home run, and kind of goes with the pitch. See the location of this pitch, breaking ball down and away, and Gomez kept in there. He kept his head in there, and of course he's got to throw his little flair in there.
Twins have 8 outs to go for a 9-inning win, and the question is where the outs are going to come from now. Kevin Jepson threw a lot of pitches last night in getting the save.
I'm talking to Paul O'Day, and he had not yet talked to Kevin, but he assumed that he would be available today. He said he's always reassured him after a couple back-to-back outings that he's ready to go.
Gonzalez went down to a knee, swinging and missing, trying to tie the game. Gonzalez struck out in the 2nd, popped up to Dozier in the 5th. Trevor May and Neil Kotz down in the pen. And again, a breaking ball, and Gonzalez reacts like he's seen it for the first time.
Yeah, swinging over the top. He's just been able to get underneath the hands of all these left-handers with that slider of his. And they just aren't recognizing that pitch quick enough.
Duffy got to 0-2 with Gomez before giving up the base hit. Now it's 0-2 to Gonzalez. Wow. 3 breaking balls, 3 swings and misses, 2 down.
If you see a hitter that can't make an adjustment and they're swinging, you've got to stay with that pitch, and that's exactly what Kurt Suzuki calls for Duffy, and Duffy's able to keep it down in the zone. That one even worse than the first 2.
See, if you strung the distance between the swings and misses there, that might have been 3 feet worth of swings and misses there. 2 down, and now Valbuena. He's got a lot of power. Duffy needs to be careful to this left-handed batter. Base hit to left. Gomez will go to second and hold up there. First time that the Astros have gotten more than 1 hit in an inning, and we'll see what that does to Paul Molitor. It's going to bring him out of the dugout, which in a sense is okay.
Yeah, he's not going to let him face the go-ahead run here. He's going to take him out. He still has the shutout intact. They need an out. He's going to go, I believe, to the right-hander, Trevor May, to try to get Hank Conger, the number 9 hitter.
Quite a day for Tyler Duffy.
Yeah, we love you too, Duff. Pitch like that. Nice effort today.
Welcome home, Tyler. A heck of a ball game. Played high school ball here, college ball here. As we said before, he lost his mom, who was such a big supporter of his. She passed away at the age of 44. His first time here as a professional, and he could not have pitched better than he did here today. And now with 2 on and 2 out, Trevor May comes in to try to get the Twins off the field with a 2-run lead.
Well, this guy has really established himself as that go-to guy later in the game to try to keep the game in check. He's kind of earned this spot, and he's asked to get a huge out in this ball game. Keep the shutout intact.
Marisnik, the pinch runner at first for Valbuena. He represents the tying run. 2 down in the 7th, 2 on. Tucker looks at 96 off the plate, ball 1. For 2 for 6 as a pinch hitter, both hits home runs. Again, 95 and well off the plate, 2-0. Trevor's done a great job, but typically he's come in to start an inning. This is a little bit different situation here.
Well, and really those last two pitches serve very little purpose at all. When you throw fastballs up in the zone and away, you got two things going. First of all, balls up are recognized so easy by hitters, and second of all, you're off the plate.
3-0. Altuve on deck.
See Trevor overthrown a little bit here.
Three and 0 to the pinch hitter Tucker. And a 4-pitch walk will load them up. Altuve came up with the bases loaded and 2 out in the 9th inning last night and hit a rocket caught by Buxton. He has 2 ground ball doubles so far here this afternoon.
Well, Trevor May not even close with those 4 fastballs that he threw to the pinch hitter Preston Tucker. And now he's got the smallest target to throw to in baseball.
Astros are 0 for 7 with men in scoring position today. Breaking ball is high. Suzuki will try to settle May down as he did back in the 5th inning when Gonzalez was at the plate and Duffy was on the mound. Missed with all 6 pitches. Kotz was warmed up. In fact, it warmed up a second time, but there's no activity in the Twins bullpen right now. 2-0 to Altuve. Two and one. Big swing and a foul on a 95-mile-per-hour fastball, evening the count. Well, May, at least for the last 2 pitches, now back in the strike zone.
Well, will he have the confidence to try to throw that breaking ball? He's had a great curveball, but the first and only one he threw in this time out has been up in the zone.
2-2 to Altuve. Chopper. Booth charges, fires on a run. Maya with a nice save to keep it a 2-1 ball game. Altuve with an infield hit, and the bases are reloaded. Altuve's been giving Plouffe a workout here today. Trevor made a nice play going to his left and 2 doubles to his right, and now a hit in front of him. An infield hit, making it a 2-1 ball game, and now Lowry. The run, of course, charged to Duffy. The lead down to 1. Fouled off the end of the bat, strike 1. May is back in the strike zone. He's thrown 4 straight strikes.
These are all situations the Twins pitchers Trevor May included, has not been in. These are pressure situations.
Ooh.
And you got to keep your emotions in check. Right now, Trevor has really been overthrowing the ball. You get fired up, you get pumped up, you want to be impressive, but you still have to do the things that got you to this point.
1-1. Warming up in the Twins pen. 2-1. Deep to right. Hunter back. Grand slam.
Pretty self-explanatory right there. You see the reaction of Jed Lowry. As soon as that ball made contact, he was screaming. He knew it. Trevor May knew it. And everybody in this ballpark knew it. There's reaction from Trevor May.
A 5-2 ball game, and now Correa. And a solid single to left. And May has faced 4 men and hasn't retired a batter. All of this, including Valbuena's single before Duffy left the game, all of it with 2 outs in the inning. And here comes Paul Molitor. Valbuena's 2-out single, significant to be sure, but we couldn't have imagined what was going to follow. A pitching change and then a walk, a single, a home run, a single. And the whole 7th inning has blown up for the Astros here. 5 runs on the board after Tyler Duffy started the inning pitching shutout ball. Data Strong Fan photo of the game. It's coming up. You can tweet your strongest fan photo to hashtag North Data Strong Fan for a chance to be featured in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile.
New Twins pitcher is Casey Fien. He'll come in and try to put out the fire here. And what a roller coaster game for emotion. Twins were riding high. Tyler Duffy pitching so well. And then Trevor May, who's pitched also so well, comes in, and we talk about this lineup for Houston, how they hunt fastballs, and Trevor can't locate his fastball. So the first guy, 4 straight pitches, they walk, he walks, and then he continues to throw fastballs, and rat-a-tat-tat, just like that, Houston has got a 3-run lead.
And now Fiend will try to get the last out, the 9th man to bat this inning. This game would be so much simpler if things were resolved in 2s instead of 3s. Gomez on an 0-2 pitch got his single. First 2 outs of this inning came relatively easy, but boy, you add that number 3 to it and it's tough. Shouldn't be, but it is. Trevor May asked to come into the middle of an inning when typically, he would start the 8th inning, and closers prefer that. Setup men prefer that, but that wasn't what the situation called for, with Duffy coming out after the Valbuena hit.
Learning times. I mean, this is all new to everybody in that dugout.
1-1 now to Gaddis, and now 2-1. Five runs on the board. Second Astro grand slam in this series. Conger hit one Friday night. And now it's 3-1 to Gaddis. Swing again. On a check, it's a strike to Gaddis. 3-2. And a walk. And the awfulness of the 7th inning continues. Rasmus started the inning with a fly ball to medium deep center. The top of this inning, the Twins had a promising start to the inning. A walk, a single. Escobar dropped down a bunt. Trevor Plouffe thought he was safe. The umpire ruled him out. The Twins chose not to challenge, and nothing ever happened of any significance for the Twins. In fact, 3 pitches later, they were out of the inning. And to not get anything out of that apparently changed the momentum for what happened here in the bottom of the inning.
And that's why Dallas Keuchel is the pitcher that he is. Here he is, now sitting in position to win this ball game. I imagine he's going to go back out there for the 8th inning, and he's only allowed the 2 home runs. Those are the only runs the Twins have scored. And his team finally figures out a way.
Popped up, a foul ball out of play, 1-2. Guessing Paul Molitor will be asked about the status of the bullpen. Not that, the game right now is Houston's game. The Twins need to turn it back around, but it may have been Kevin Jepsen was not available today, and that everybody was being asked to pitch a little bit deeper to try to cover up the absence of both Glenn Perkins and Kevin Jepsen. But right now that's a moot point.
I just think that he was showing confidence in Trevor May to go out and get him before that hit by Jed Lowry. Would have been kind of a slap in the face in a way to Trevor May, and he wanted him to get out of that inning.
Driven to deep left center field, and Hicks makes the catch. 10 batters come to the plate. 5 of them score, 4 on one swing of the bat, and it's 5-2 Houston. for the 5-run bottom of the 7th and maybe pick up a game on the Texas Rangers. But see what they can get done here with Aaron Hicks leading off the 8th, now down by 3 to the 3-time American League Pitcher of the Month. Hicks takes a strike on the outside corner. Marisnick stays in the game and left. Gonzalez moves in to play first base, and Stassi is the new catcher. 0-2 now to Hicks. Dozier and Mauer will follow. Twins had a chance in the 7th, a walk and a single, nobody out, and then didn't get anything out of the 7th inning, and obviously the Astros did, putting up 5 runs. Hicks takes a ball, 1-2. Keuchel, the pitcher of record, of course, threatening to win his 14th straight decision here at home. A deep drive to left, and Hicks has brought the Twins 1 run closer. It was up on the train tracks.
It was the back of the glass.
9th home run of the year for Hicks. And Keuchel's given up 3 home runs today after having given up just 1 home run at home all year long. Well, they've all been solo home runs.
Well, this game is not over yet, and the first 7 innings or first 6 innings were all pitching. The Twins have figured out a way to send 3 balls out of this park.
Dozier jabbed at it to strike. Twins now with 130 home runs in 136 games. One and 2. One and 1 the count. And a changeup tickling the outside corner.
'100th pitch coming up here now for Dallas Keuchel. I mentioned earlier that he pitched 7 innings his last time out through 121 pitches. No activity yet in the Astro bullpen. Or excuse me, there is some activity now. I'm looking at the wrong bullpen.
I believe was out there. Swing and a foul, and Stassi can't hang out. Can't see the uniform number, but Nisha could be out there in a clown suit. You'd know it was
pretty obvious with his sidearm delivery.
2-2 to Dozier. Nobody out here. Twins trying to put together a comeback of their own. 3-2. Mauer on deck. Want to get the tying run to the plate with the middle of the order due up. And Dozier with another well-hit ball up the middle, and Altuve again throws him out. It's happened 3 or 4 times in this series where Dozier's hit a ball hard past the mound, only to be retired at first. Happened in the 6th inning.
Well, the league has got the word out. Brian Dozier hits the ball to the left side all the time, and so they're putting the shift on him just like a lot of players, and he just hasn't shown that he'll go the other way.
1 down, and now Mauer. Joe walked his last time up, a strikeout and a ground out before that. Ball 1. Indians beat Justin Verlander and the Tigers 4-0. Tigers have the 2nd worst record in the American League. Only the Oakland A's have a worse record. 1-1. And now 1-2. Going to get Mauer aboard here somehow to perhaps set up Sano for a game-tying blast. And Mauer's foul tip. His bat's still alive. Swanson couldn't hang on. The catchers that you pitched to that were better at catching foul tips than others, that had those, as they say, soft hands, or is that just something nobody can control?
I really don't think you can. I think it's just coincidental, quite honestly. Some foul tips are just almost, the ball doesn't deflect hardly at all, and other ones deflect just enough to make it so that it hits the glove, but not in the pocket of the glove.
Strike 3, 2 down. And Sano will come up with the bases empty. Sano with 6 strikeouts in his last 7 at bats. Swinging, looking, and out a check swing. Foul off his foot.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Quick trip to the mound by Stassi.
Keuchel using all the weapons here against Sano today. Yesterday, George Springer struck out 4 times.
Came up and in and got a foul ball off the bat of Sano.
And Sano hasn't looked so bad in a series as this one. I mentioned he struck out 3 times yesterday. He's got 3 strikeouts today.
The inning starts with a solo home run. The Tackles completed 8 innings with the lead.
Finish this ball game, we're going to be going into Kansas City, and the probable starters for that series: Tommy Milone will lead it off against Ventura, and then Kyle Gibson against Valquez, Pelfrey, and Medlin will finish it up. Twins still trying to figure out a way to get back this. Neil Cox will take the mound for the Twins here as he pitches the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Sanford Health Injury Report. Royals did pretty well without Alex Gordon, but now he's back and he'll be in left field. He'll be taking hits away from the Twins hitters throughout the 3-game series. And Kotz will come in and try to pitch a quick and uneventful bottom of the 8th, hoping that the Twins can do something against Gregerson in the 9th. Carlos Gomez will lead things off. Gomez on an 0-2 pitch. Reached across the plate, lined a single to right center field, and that started the 5-run 7th inning. Gomez, Gonzalez, and Marisnik. Helmet almost came off. 1-1. Twins got a great start from Tyler Duffy, and he won't win the game. Pitcher of record for the Twins right now is Trevor May. Had a difficult time coming in to, well, we won't even call it the middle of the inning. There were 2 outs, 2 men on. Outside now 3-1. And a leadoff walk to Gomez here in the 8th. Gomez has reached 3 straight times.
And all 3 relievers, May, Thien, and Kotz, have come in and given up a walk.
To the first man they faced.
It's not the way you script it.
Gonzalez the batter. Twins are due to send up Plouffe, Hunter, and Escobar. What they hope will be a 2-run game in the 9th. Yankees beat the Rays 6-4. Busted bat. Buxton coming in, and he won't get there. It's a base hit, first and second, nobody out.
Off the end of the bat was sawed off. Broken bat, but it found a hole out there in center, and again the Twins find themselves in trouble. 2 men on, nobody out.
Marisnik in a bunting situation. Kotz, new to the team, looked at Plouffe's signs from third base and maybe wanted some clarification as to what play is on. Of course, it matters to the pitcher because on some bunt plays the pitcher has the responsibility of the line, and on some other plays the third baseman will. See if Marisnik is asked to bunt here. Off the plate, ball 1.
This game kind of changed around on this particular play when the Twins were up.
Yep.
And Valbuena charges the ball hard on a bunt attempt and was able to get Trevor Plouffe at third base.
In the air and over the screen, 1-1. Now Kotz again asking for some clarification. Strike taken. We'll see what A.J. Hinch wants Marisnick to do now with 2 strikes. Missing inside 2-2. Houston looking for its 75th win of the year. The Twins looking for their 71st. Runners go, and the pitch lifted to left. Gives up 3 runs in the 8th. Kind of hard to overcome a 4-run home run and a 3-run home run in the late inning.
Now the pace of this game was just outstanding with Duffy out there, but ever since the bullpen, they just haven't done their part today. It's been a tough go for the bullpen. The Ocots now with 3 earned runs.
Romay charged with 3. Still nobody out. And Tucker will bat. Excuse me, Max Stassi. Tucker drew the walk. First man that Trevor May faced. And everything fell apart after that. Off the outside corner, 2-0. Foul back. Duffy with 6 shutout innings, and he got 2 outs in the 7th without a run scoring. But now the Astros have a snowman on the board. 3-1. Popped up right side. Hunter coming in. And first out of the inning. Now Altuve. First a trip to the mound for Paul Molitor. A pitching change will follow. Altuve with hits his last 3 times up. An infield hit right in front of the grand slam last time. Cox will leave. And a pitching change with the Astros adding 3 more here in the 8th. as they're threatening to even the season series at 3 apiece. Twins won 2 out of 3 in Minnesota last weekend. Blaine Boyer trying to get the Twins off the field here and get the last 2 outs of the 8th inning. Boyer in for the 57th time. The numbers all pretty good. ERA very good at 2.68. Facing Altuve.
Blaine Boyer took his warm-up tosses. It looked like he was not feeling right.
Chopper foul. And strike. Well, on that first pitch, didn't look like there was much push off the rubber. One strike to Altuve.
No. 93 doesn't look like there's anything wrong now.
0-2. Ball down and away. Altuve, the unnamed captain of this team, but he is the anti-Astro. 530 at bats and only 57 strikeouts. And so Boyer gets him. 2 down. And that'll bring up Lowry, who hit the second grand slam for the Astros in this series.
Fans showing their appreciation for this guy, Doug Lowry. Back in the 7th inning, bases loaded. And I don't know how the ball can be any more center than that.
Rolled foul. One strike to Lowry. Hit a home run late in the ball game last night that set up a near dramatic, complete comeback for the Astros down low. Now, we talked about how there's 10 guys on this team with 10 or more home runs. Now you look at Lowry. He's got 8. Gonzalez has 9. Gomez has 8. A chance to have a dozen or more guys with 10 or more home runs. One and 2. Jed Lowry. Two home runs today, 185 on the year. Driven foul.
Nothing coming very easy for the Twins bullpen. Boyer at least doing his part and getting that first guy out. Striking out Altuve, who Dick just mentioned does not strike out very often.
2-2. That's to the left, and Hicks drifts over to make the catch and end the 8th. But 3 more for the Astros on a long home run. The Twins down by 5. last 3 outs. Qualls, closer years ago with the Arizona Diamondbacks, has come to Houston and done a nice job resurrecting his career. The numbers across the board, very, very good. And he'll face Trevor Plouffe, Torrey Hunter, and Eduardo Escobar.
Quite a day for Dallas Keuchel. He leaves the game allowing the 3 runs. Walked a couple guys, struck out 12 over 8 innings.
First time in his career he's given up 3 home runs in one game, and unfortunately for the Twins, they're all solo home runs. It looked for all the world as if the first 2 home runs might hold up and give the Twins a very significant victory. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Well, if you were only played 6 innings, that might have been the case.
My point.
But
See,
this has always been a 9-inning game.
But if you could just reduce the 3 to a 2, 2 strikes, batters out, 2 outs, innings over. They want to speed up the game, they could do that. And Plouffe starts the inning with a base hit. First hit for Plouffe. He drew a walk leading off the 7th. And that'll bring up Hunter. Torrey with a couple of hits. One to right field, one to center field. Inside, a ball. If the Angels continue to hold their lead and beat the Rangers, the margin for the Twins will still be a game and a half behind the Rangers and a game ahead of the Angels. Chopper foul. Rest of the road trip, 3 in Kansas City and then 3 in Chicago. Torrey down the line has his 3rd hit, 1 to each field. Plouffe to 3rd, and Hunter has a double. Qualls having a hard time getting outs here in the 9th inning. Significance of the 3-run home run in the bottom of the 8th. Escobar coming to the plate, but the Twins are a long ways from having the tying run on base.
But it could be a good sign. This is a guy that the Twins have needed to start hitting the ball again, and Torrey kind of busts out of it. Paul Molitor sent him out of the game last night, and Torrey wasn't very happy about that. But he gets in the game today against one of the game's toughest pitchers. He gets a couple hits off Keuchel and now 1 here off Qualls for a 3-hit game. And you've got to look at the bright side, and these kind of blowouts, Torrey Hunter getting kind of back on track.
Now Escobar hit a home run as a right-handed batter in the 5th. Ball 1. Fouled away, 1-1. Last night, Astros put on a furious comeback. Twins have a bigger, taller hill to climb here, but a single and a double have started their 9th inning. Lifted to center. Gomez over. There's the catch. And tagging from 3rd, scoring is Plouffe. 8-4. The Twins 2 outs away from defeat. Sacrifice fly for Escobar. And now Suzuki. Suzuki 0 for 3.
Ball one. Suzuki with a ground ball and a couple of outfield flies this afternoon. And outside again, 2-0.
You just never know. I mean, it's a crazy game. We've seen crazier things happen, but Twins just keep grinding out and getting a little bit of a chance here off balls.
And a strike. People in Detroit feel that the Tigers never did recover from the 7-run ninth that the Twins put on them, the Dozier walk-off home run at Target Field.
Well, it's crazy because right about that time is when Dave Dombrowski decided they were sellers instead of buyers, and then he disappeared.
Popped up, and Altuve with the catch, 2 down. Giving you pretty long odds after the first series in Detroit, but in September I'd say that the Tigers have the second worst record in the league.
Yeah.
Hunter at second, 2 down, and now Kenny Vargas is going to hit for Byron Buxton. Interesting to see what the lineups are like in Kansas City and whether Vargas gets a chance or two in the DH spot, with Sano struggling to make contact. He struck out 9 of his last 10 at bats, and Vargas getting an at bat here, and that might indicate nothing at all. But it will be interesting again to see tomorrow night whether Sano gets a break and Vargas DHs maybe for a game or two.
Pitching coach Brent Strom out to talk to Chad Qualls.
Vargas, after the trip to the mound, goes to get more stickum on the handle of his bat. Last hope for the Twins, Vargas. And if he can keep the game alive, Hicks would hit next. Debris falling out of the stands down the left field line. That's been retrieved. Vargas hitting .248 as a right-handed batter, hitting .370 as a left-handed batter, just .187. Taken low, ball one. Just a handful of at-bats, but we have seen a more patient Kenny Vargas. Drew a couple of walks the other day and got a base hit.
No, it's something they asked him to work on, track the ball a little bit better, and he's done a good job of that so far.
2 walks in one game. Unlike Vargas, he's got only 9 walks and 49 strikeouts. 1-1. Two and one. On deck. And Vargas beats the shift, and he'll get an RBI single. Just a chopper, but to the opposite field. And Hunter scores from second, and the Twins have answered with at least a couple here in the ninth. They bring Hicks up.
Fifth run that comes across the plate for the Twins. You would think that maybe with 5 runs and the way Duffy was pitching, that would be an easy win, but just not the case, and there's going to be another pitching change.
Save situation now with the tying run in the on-deck circle. So Gregerson will come in and try to get the last out. The save qualifications dictate that Gregerson, with the tying run in the on-deck circle, will have a save opportunity. He made an appearance last night in a non-save opportunity, ended up taking the loss.
Yeah, this is kind of like a chip shot for a relief pitcher. He could throw one pitch and get a save.
Danny Santana running for Vargas, so Hicks trying to extend the game, get on base somehow, and see if Dozier and his power would have a chance here against Gregerson. Hicks hit a home run his last time up as a right-handed batter. As much as Hicks has improved as he takes ball 1, there is still about a 100-point spread in his switch hitting splits. As a right-handed batter, he's hitting, or came into the game hitting .338, 1 for 4 today, and as a left-handed batter, .239. Chopper up the line, foul, and it is 1-1. Santana goes. Astros don't care, and the pitch fouled away. Right now the Astros are 1 pitch away. Last night it was Gregerson, and I guess ultimately, generally, the Astros bullpen that cost Houston the game. And if the Twins lose this game, it was the Twins bullpen's turn. A drive to right, hit off the end of the bat, and Erasmus makes the catch. And over 37,000 here today saw a dramatic come from behind win by the Astros. The season series played over the last 2 weekends ends up being split 3-3. Tom Hanneman, the Twins, got a great effort today from Tyler Duffy, but in the end it wasn't enough.